She slept with 100 men in a day. Let's get into it. This is gonna be disgusting. My aunt's, like, you guys know my opinion at this point about stuff like that, right? I'm a wait until marriage guy. I find this disgusting. This is just the harsh truth. I find this disgusting. I find her disgusting. I find the men that slept with her disgusting. Just disgusting. Yeah, let's get into it. It's just very simple to me. This is disgusting. This should not even be a thing. I'm gonna be so grossed out because these videos are usually really gross.
I do feel a little bit like embarrassed being like, Mom and Dad, I'm 100 guys.
If I came up, I'll be real. Now the way my parents know me, I can feel. Now the way my parents know me, if I came up and said I did not wait until marriage, I would get my head kicked in at this point. I would get my head kicked in. It is crazy. I would be, this would be a cartel, head losing video for this one.
Why?
I guess because it's not really what my parents would have wanted me to do.
I don't think anyone's parents will...
Anybody's parents do not want this. I would even say, you could have been a lawyer. You could have been, I don't know, had a bakery, do something respectable, and you chose to be an online whore and an IRL whore.
want their daughter to smash 100 guys as a career. You could have been an astronaut, a lawyer,
She wants to do 1,000 dudes now.
a teacher, or even a Twitch streamer. But no, you chose to be the face of thottery.
Doesn't mean to say my parents are like gonna disown me or hate me or anything like that. I just don't want them to think less of me, you know?
This makes absolutely no sense at all. You're telling me that you wanted to sleep with 100 men in one day. You wanted...
You can't have both, right? You can't just, like, sleep with 100 men, but then want people to think less of you. Anything is respectable? I disagree. This is not respectable.
to publicize it and everything, right? You wanted everyone to know about this, but you don't want your parents to shame you. That's like me saying, oh yeah, I want to be a criminal. I want to rob people, kill people, commit arson, punch babies, all that, everything illegal in the...
Why did you put punch babies in there?
book. I want to do that, but I don't want to go to jail though. I don't want to do the time when I do the crime, you know? Ma'am, that is the consequences of your actions. Like, what are you talking about? If your parents were to shame you for sleeping with 100 men in 24 hours, you should be happy because that means that you have a pretty good set of parents. It'd be pretty dumb for your parents to be out here co-signing like, oh yeah, my daughter, she's the sweetest human being in the world, you know? In her career, smashing 100 guys in 24 hours on OnlyFans. Like, what? This woman makes no sense. Now, I'm pretty sure we all know who this woman is. This woman is Lillian Phillips. I've talked about her briefly in a recent video, but I never really went to...
The only reason I found out about this woman is because of Twitter. That's the only reason I even know this. And I think, ugh. It's like, man, I don't know.
Too in-depth on her, and I feel like in this video I kind of want to go in-depth on this whole situation. So essentially, she's this OF girl who slept with 100 men in one day, vlogged her entire process and uploaded it to OnlyFans. And recently a YouTuber named Josh Peters did a whole...
Happy I don't know her? Well, I got bad news for ya.
Documentary on the lead up to her sleeping with 100 men and the aftermath, which I highly recommend checking it out. I'm gonna link it in the description below. But yeah, this woman slept with 100 guys in 24 hours. To be more specific, 100 guys in 14 hours from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. She was on the 14-hour shift getting the meets back to back, no Drake. This woman got...
The way he said this. The way he said this.
An Airbnb, had a bunch of guys coming in and out like a revolving door. She had people STD test as well, but in the documentary, she said that a lot of people canceled and like it got to a point where some people that came would just call and just be like, yo, pull up. And then one of their homies would pull up and just hop in line, which is crazy.
We're waiting in line. This is gross, and I'm already like, this is 2 minutes and it's already gross. Or waiting in line.
I know somebody's walking out of there with an STD or something. I'd hate to be that 100th guy, you know? That man's probably walking out with HIV, gonorrhea, Ebola, anything in the book he's walking out with. I'd hate to be a guy just in this whole situation in general. Like, do you know how desperate of a man you have to be to sit in line and do something like this? Even the woman, I'm gonna get to her. I'm gonna get back.
I agree. Like I said, people were like shaming her. I'm also shaming the men. But when VTubers are down bad, they're horrible. Like, sometimes there's just like a random tweet popping up of a VTuber just having a picture of their VTuber in like a bikini and then with the text next to it, "Would you screw my OC?" And I'm like, why is this even here? I don't even follow anybody who does sexual content. What the heck do you want from me?
Back to Lillian Phillips in a minute. But as a man, you sat in line knowing that all these other dudes smashed this woman and you still did it at the end of the day. There's even a clip in the documentary of this one dude who like did his thing, right? And then he was shaking afterwards.
What? Either it was so disgusting that bro started shaking, or it was so good that bro started shaking. What the fuck?
Like, I don't know what happened. I guess like some demons came out while he was having intercourse or something, and I guess he got haunted. I don't know. I'd also hate to be the Airbnb owner, because imagine you let someone rent out one of your properties, right? You're thinking that they're taking a nice vacation, but nah, they're getting clapped for the entire day. Like, the stench within the air of the Airbnb has got to be diabolical. Like, you're gonna need more than air freshener to get rid of that stench. I don't even think it's possible to clean the house after something like
You gotta burn it. You have to burn it. You have to burn the entire. No, you have to burn the entire like field where it stands on. You need some holy water for after this one. You need to I don't know. Who's gonna clean that? Hope they cleaned it.
this. You just gotta burn the whole crib down. Now, you may be wondering why. Why would a woman do such a thing? Now, for me personally, I thought this was like some sort of marketing stunt to promote her OnlyFans, which it probably is. That's most likely an ulterior motive, but she claimed in this documentary that it was her fantasy before she was even in the industry.
I think other
Something in this woman's family did not go quite so well. Something in this family did go wrong. If like your dream was to get down with 100 men. What the fuck was the video? Dude humping a cop car? Yes. Add ventilation. True, ventilation will get blocked. You open like that, you know, like in like some cartoon shows where like water's overflowing. You open the door and it's like a bunch of water just comes at you. This was this, but not water.
people in the industry definitely look down on me for doing this, but I think at the end of the day, people forget that it's also my fantasy, and this is also something that
Wait,
really...
wait. This is so bad that even people in the industry think it's bad. That is crazy. I know I'm happy. I have normal dreams, owning a home, not that. I also have normal dreams, so I'm pretty. So I also am pretty normal.
enjoying and want to do and have wanted to do before I was even in the industry.
There are so many fantasies you could have on this planet, and your fantasy is sleeping with 100 men in one day. Please bring back creativity and imagination. This woman could have said, like, my fantasy, you know, is
bring back shame. Bring back shame. Is all I'm saying. Clean that shit every day. Make sure to pay them $100 a day. Just like, I don't know. Like you said, burn the entire thing. The more you will fuck around, the more you will find out. True. True. I agree. She found out a lot, I think, on that day.
is maybe eating some Wingstop off the back of a dragon, but no, she said smashing 100 dudes. Like, bro. And all throughout this documentary, this woman was claiming how much she apparently loves doing this, how excited she is, and how it's empowering to take 100 guys in one day. There was actually this one part that I thought was pretty funny where Josh Peters, the dude who made the documentary, asked her if she'd refer to herself as a feminist for this.
Would you refer to yourself as a feminist?
Yeah, at the end of the day, doesn't feminists mean like you just want equal?
That is such a fucking lie. Women wanted the right to vote. Women wanted the right to own a bank account. Women wanted the right to, I don't know, drive cars, get equal payment for equal work. If I show that a feminist of like 50 years ago, she's gonna get the rope for you. I don't think that women fought for this. Definitely not. The more you will F around, the more you will find out. And then people ask why I'm not a modern feminist. Let me think of that. Like, what is this crap? What is this?
Rights for boys and girls, and yeah, I do what I want and I do it because I enjoy it. I think there are obviously some women.
And again, feminism is also not, I do what I want. What is that? You can't do what you want, oftentimes. You can do what you want in legal and societal realms, sure, but you can't quite literally do what you want. I hate modern feminism. Me too, because it's splitting society. That's what it is.
That maybe go into because they have to or need the money and stuff like that, or they're kind of coached into it by men. But my personal experience is I've only ever felt empowered by the fact that I'm making.
Okay, this is a lot to unpack here. We live in Western society. The vast majority of women do not have to do this because they have to. Go to Africa. Talk to some women there that actually have to do it to feed their kids. If they had a choice to not do it, they would. This is luxury. In quote-unquote luxury. You don't have to do this. You chose to do it.
Money off something that I think guys will do anyway. Like,
Yeah.
guys are always going to sexualize me, so I may as well try and profit off that bit.
Okay, maybe this woman might be like dyslexic or something, but I'm pretty sure she's confusing the word feminist with the word thought. Like, there is no way in hell. Yes. Men do sexualize women more because men are in general more sexual due to testosterone. That's just a natural thing. But instead of why do you give in? Like, why do you give in? Oh man, a lot of people around my area are selling drugs. You know, I might as well take drugs as well. There are drugs everywhere anyways. What is that argument? That sleeping with 100 guys could be considered feminism. How is sleeping with 100 guys making women equal to men? If anything, it's making you look worse because it makes you look easy. I mean, you gave it up to 100 dudes in one day. How is someone supposed to look at you normally after that? So I don't understand. How is this an act of feminism? I wonder, is she also doing this because it's more socially acceptable for men to have higher body counts? So to make women equal to men?
It is more socially acceptable, yes. Though me personally, we could also look at some studies that they made. It's pretty much equal. The more partners you had, the less likely you're going to bond. Less likely you're going to your relationship is going to last. All that stuff. Me personally, I will only ever give it up to one woman. I would have only given up to one woman. I will never now, but I would have. My opinion is very simple. Wait until marriage. Find a good person. Find a good person to marry. Be in a lifelong commitment, if possible, and that's it.
And she's sleeping with a ton of guys to spike up her body count so women feel better about having higher body counts. Like, is that her like goal here? Is that her goal from this? And if that is an ulterior motive, that still doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, you gave it up to 100 guys in 24 hours, 14 to be specific. No matter how you spin it, this woman still looks stupid. Like your box was more free than a Costco sample on the weekend.
I find both disgusting. True, I agree. I do find both disgusting as well. Also, some things make no sense. As Red Pill says, a man has to sleep with a lot of women. Can't, so how will a dude sleep with a lot of women if they all would want to be with one dude? The Red Pill often does make sense, because the Red Pill says get with a bunch of women. But at the same time, they don't want women to get with a bunch of dudes. So, if women are hoes, that's a problem. But men create those hoes. But that's not a problem. What are we arguing here with? It does not make sense. I can't complain about a problem that I'm causing. Like, this entire thing wouldn't even happen if dudes weren't so horny nowadays. That's what I said. You stole my words. Yours was very poorly worded. But yes, it was yours as well. It was yours. I agree.
What do you mean you're a feminist? What also doesn't make sense is that this woman said, guys are always going to try and sexualize me, so I might as well make some profit off of it. Not every dude is going to do that. Yeah, there's some weirdos out here that's going to sexualize every single woman that they see, but I can assure you that that's not every single dude. I mean, for crying out loud, look at this economy. McChickens are $3. You think that we're over here worried about trying to sexualize a woman 24/7? No, we're trying to get this bag. You're telling me that I gotta pay $3 for a McChicken, this low-grade meat from Mickey.
My brain works in crazy ways. I can tell. I can certainly tell. The thing is, like, dudes that are super concerned with, like, sleeping with a bunch of women. I don't know what to tell you, but find a purpose. Find something to work towards. Says the guy with no purpose, but that's... I'm redirecting myself because I don't know what to do with my life now. But regardless, stop. Just stop. You're making it worse. You're making society worse overall. Like, also goes to the women that just look for dudes to sleep with. Stop.
D's? Hell no. Not every man is worried about sexualizing you when we got bigger fish to fry. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. During this whole documentary, even though she was out here saying like, oh yeah, I enjoy this is feminism, whatever.
Yeah, we have bigger problems here in Germany. Kebab is almost like 7 or 8 euros. We do have bigger problems. I remember back in 2016, like 350 euros. It can be anything, but it can give people purpose. Yeah, become good in skill. I agree. I have no skills.
Right? I truly didn't believe that she enjoyed it, right? I feel like this was just like some sort of coping mechanism, but I may just be an idiot because there's this one part where she was crying because she
was definitely not enjoying it. Because I can definitely... First of all, she was crying. You don't cry if you enjoyed it. But you said it was cheaper for you, you liar. Kebab is the same price. It's gonna go up to that. It's not right there, right? It's like €6.50 right now. But it is gonna go up to that. In some places, it already is at that place. And it's gonna go up to even higher. But back to what I was saying. She cried. There was certainly emotional pain, and there was certainly... You cannot tell me that at one point that this didn't physically hurt. You cannot tell me that that's the case.
Didn't satisfy everyone who came. Some people flew out from different countries to come get that box, you know? Everyone was promised 5 minutes with her, but some people got less than that because I guess they were on some sort of time crunch. So some people only had 2 minutes with her, and some people only had 3 when they were promised 5. And after this whole thing, she decided to cry because she felt for
2 or 3 minutes. I was told 5. I mean, if you can't get, like, last that long, I guess that's what you get. Yeah. And in some places, kebab is like €5, but back then it was like 2016, €3 and 50 cents. That was incredibly based. If you found somebody like that.
these people.
I think that was kind of the hard part, is like conversing with them, and like when they'd kind of be like, oh, like we've only had 2 minutes or 3 minutes and you said 5 on the message.
Did someone say that to you?
Yeah. And obviously it just makes me feel so bad.
Do you think you should feel bad about that?
I guess when you've promised something to people who support you, it's kind of hard to...
Support! That is crazy. Bitch, they just wanted to stick their wiener inside you and that's it. You're not crying about the support, you're crying about the... I think you realize how disgusting it is, actually. I don't know, wouldn't it hurt? Multiple hours? It probably would hurt. It probably would hurt after multiple hours. It would hurt. I can guarantee you it would hurt. Only that felt bad. There were probably other things. Like, this was... You have to consider, like, all the bodily fluids that came with that, right? I don't want to know how it looked like. I do imagine though they cleaned every few so often. That's my assumption.
Yeah.
Let them down.
But it's up to you, right? Like when you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be completely real. I feel like she's crying because she's realizing what she just did. I mean, she slept with 100 people in one day. A majority of people in this world don't sleep with 100 people before.
According to the data from the CDC, the median number of sexual partners for women in a lifetime around 4.3, based on data collected between 2015 and 2019. Yeah. I could see that, since there's also still, this is probably for the entire world, I assume. In a lot of places, it still exists where, like, you don't have that many partners. And if you do, you're shamed, so I guess that makes sense.
They die. And she did this in one day. Us humans aren't built to sleep with 100 people in one day. Woman or man, it doesn't matter who. You're not built to sleep with that many people in a day, and even in a lifetime. Like, that's not something normal. I don't care what you say, it's not normal. I know it's 2024 and we're trying to normalize everything on this planet, but this isn't normal. So I feel like these
we're normalizing cheating, we're normalizing addictions, we're normalizing more and more drugs. We're normalizing using abortion as a what is it? Like as a normal like pregnancy prevention. It's like really odd. I think 3 to 4 seems normal for average people. Yeah, I agree.
tears are more from her regretting her decision rather than her not being able to satisfy everyone. But maybe I'm just being the friend that's too woke right now. Maybe she's legitimately crying for the love of the game. Maybe she's literally just a max prestige treesh. And what's even crazier is that I remember there's this one part in the documentary. Josh Peters asked, is there anybody's names that you know?
Normalizing people as identifying it as anything. True.
On your OnlyFans, like, do you see anybody that maybe you went to school with, or just maybe a homie or something like that? Do you see those people sub to your OnlyFans? And this woman just said so casually, she was like, oh yeah, some of my dad's friends watch me.
Have you like recognized any of
Ugh. Hopefully your dad doesn't watch you too. Or any other family member for that matter. Normalizing maps was a big no-no. True, true. It's okay to have lots of sex, but being careless, not good. Safe sex is a thing. I disagree with sleeping around. I absolutely disagree with that. You can do it because you're a free person, Cinderace, but I absolutely disagree with it. I'm a big advocate for waiting until marriage, and I'll always be that. I was sweating. Okay, okay. So yeah, that'll always be the case, no matter how much you try to prove me otherwise. Because to me, personally, to me, it's straight up. I'm gonna say it. It's disgusting to me. Very simple.
The names in here of people that you might know.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's been some guys like outwardly say like we used to go to school together.
Wow.
Or some of like dad's friends and stuff like that.
Ugh. Ugh. That I wouldn't. You couldn't put a gun on my head and just say this. I only stick to one person. Exactly. Look how proud she is. Yeah. If you're in a relationship, then yeah, don't cheat. But not everyone is in a relationship, and some people are just okay with one-night stands. Again, if you want to do it, do it. But to me, sleeping around is disgusting. It's very simple. There's no room for arguing for me. I have a very solid standpoint. Stunning and lose. That is crazy. There is no you're Don Quixote arguing with windmills. Here, there's no room for arguing. What Skibidi in Fortnite? Yeah, the Skibidi toilet in Fortnite. I just saw it. I was like, okay, bro, we're cooked. We're cooked. What is this monstrosity?
What messaging you?
Yeah.
This woman is saying this like this isn't weird, like this isn't crazy. And apparently her parents support her, which is insane. Overall, this whole situation is crazy. I mean, from this, she essentially tarnishes any accomplishments that she's ever had in life. And now all people are gonna see her as is the girl who smashed 100 dudes shamelessly. But I don't feel bad, and you shouldn't either, because she made the decision.
Yeah, I don't have sympathy for her at all. Not even a little bit. I also don't have sympathy for the dude that just sat there, drank his whatever he was drinking and like shaking. It's just ugh.
Decision, and she's also made the decision to go for the record of sleeping with 1,000 men in one day.
So you might know me as the girl who's been with 101 guys in a day. Now I'm currently in training to do 1,000 guys in a day.
Instead of sleeping with 1,000 guys in a day, talk to 1,000 therapists in a day. I think that might be more useful for your situation. The dad's friend also did her. I hope that dad did something, but if he has such friends, I'm guessing he is a horrible father. Plus, if you have such a daughter, you already did something wrong. I would say that this is definitely also on the parents. You cannot tell me that this lady here does not have some mental health issues. Okay, bro, is she Mr. Beast sponsored? Without 1,000 dudes, 1,000 dudes with this one dude. She did the 100, so she's gonna do the 1,000. Can somebody quickly do the math? How much time one could have with her in 24 hours? Because I'm not doing it. 1,000 guys, what is this, a hentai? At this point, it might as well be. At this point, it might as well be.
And on the 15th December, I shall be taking on 300 guys in a day, which is the most amount of guys I've ever done. And so it's going to be hard, but in comparison to the 1,000, this should be light work.
Oh, you thought it was over? Nah.
Light work? Bitch, you already cried at like 100. You already were thinking about your life at 100. What do you mean it's gonna be light work? Find these men. Find these men. Find these men and her. That is disgusting. She's turning into the cave wonders. Now this woman is absolutely not normal. She needs help with her brain. 300 a day? Nah. 300 a day is crazy. She literally the cave at this point. This is how I feel real. You could yodel and the carnivorous deaths would echo back at you. Stare too long into the darkness and the darkness will and the darkness will stare back at you. Our comment.
She's just getting started. That was just her rookie game. You're about to see some LeBron numbers soon. I find it wild how this woman is just talking about this like it's some sort of challenge. Shawty, this isn't BO6 dark matter. Your cooter is not gonna turn diamond after this. Lily, please stop and get some help. How is 1,000 even possible? In the documentary, she had each dude for at least 5 minutes, and some had to go less than that, right? So how would 1,000 work? Like, would every dude just go in and out, then just leave? And if that's the case, then she'd have to do about 72 dudes per hour for 14 hours to achieve her goal of 1,000. It'll be a little over 1,000 if she's doing 72 per hour, but that's the pace she would probably have to go. Yes, I just did the math on this, which is pretty sad.
Would never do the math on this. Like I said, I wouldn't do the math on this. Also, I know I was the one saying open sex is okay, but this woman is not okay. She's gonna like create a new STD from this. I don't know what they're cooking, what is cooking inside there, but I don't know. Must be something diabolical. This is gross. Charlie thinks she's Mr. Beast. I don't know. That's probably gonna be a record. Like I said, it's also, I would not consider this even like safe. This is just like, this will physically hurt. Open what? Oh no, get out. These emojis? Yeah, they're disgusting, I know. They're disgusting. They were just placeholders because I don't know what to do. It's longer roast beef. Them is destroyed. I just wanged 100 guys in an hour. In an hour, that would be crazy.
I'm thinking way too hard on this. Wait, back to my main point. I don't feel bad for her, and you shouldn't either. I've seen many people online trying to blame the adult film industry,
they also blame the dudes. They also blame the dudes, like... Yes, the dudes are at least... did it with her, yes. But, what's... She did it herself. Like, this is not, like... patriarchy type situation.
Blame her team, and even blame the men involved, like this woman wasn't the one who ultimately made the decision to sleep with 100 guys. Yeah, we can say the adult film industry is horrible and they take advantage of young and innocent women, which is true. There's many occasions where the adult film industry has done that, and there's no doubt that her team probably had a...
Yeah, a lot of those posts of like, she bought this and this house with like just doing OnlyFans, and it's like, this is a paid promotion. She did not do this. The average woman on OF gets paid like $180 a month. They agreed to the terms, yeah. Yeah.
Huge hand in this whole thing. Not fully though, because she said it was her fantasy apparently. But yeah, we can say all these things, right? We can say, oh yeah, it's the adult film industry, it's her team, it's all these people. But at the end of the day, she was not forced into this lifestyle. It was her choice. She's the one who made the decision to do this, so it's her fault at the end of the day. And apparently her parents are supportive of her career, so we could also blame the parents a bit. But overall, I think it's her fault. It's no one else's fault but hers. I saw this one tweet the other day that was talking about the whole situation, and it said, how is it possible that men do this to a woman?
You are stupid. This is not specifically men doing it to women. This is just in general odd. Yeah, she's retarded. She did it to herself. The men just joined. What do you mean?
And I feel like, yeah, we can all agree that like all the dudes involved are some losers. Like I said, some of these dudes did fly out from different countries to only have 5 minutes with her. That is some loser activity. But we can't sit here and act like this.
Wait, go back. Did I hear that correctly?
Fly out from different countries to only have.
Dude flew out from other countries to score a goal. This is some loser energy. The stone model staring into the darkness. Yes. Also, how did 100 men agree to this, and even took a flight to do that for less than 5 minutes? No, these people have no self-respect. They're also very. If you pay for corn, you have no like self-respect. Cause like the hub is free. Now, me personally, I don't watch any adult films anymore. They want them. At least pay for something high quality. I guess adult manga would fall into that category, but still, they paid. If you pay for sleeping with somebody, I don't know. No, just no.
5 minutes with her. That is some loser activity. But we can't sit here and act like this woman didn't make the decision to do this. She's the one who made the whole promos and stuff. She was talking about how she's excited, taking this down like it's a challenge. So why are we sitting here blaming the people participating rather than blaming the woman who did it, you know? There's many times where she said this was her fantasy. And even if that was a complete lie, she still did it at the end of the day. So how is it only the men's fault over hers? She's the one that opened Pandora's box. And she opened her box.
Her box is Pandora's box. Her box is exactly that.
There was also this other tweet I saw where it was longer than a Harry Potter book. And essentially what the person was saying was that Lillian Phillips was R-worded by 100 men. I'm not gonna lie, this has to be some elite tier rage bait. There's no way that you watch that 47-minute documentary and the conclusion that you came to is that this woman got R-worded by 100 men. When she invited those men over.
No, she did not get R-worded by 100 men. She made that conscious decision to sleep with all those men. I at least have a little bit more, respect to pay for a virgin woman. It's still disgusting, but at least they get something better. Actually, I disagree. I think it's actually even worse. If you do that. White woman tweet. I think it's actually even worse. Because that woman could have instead found a nice virgin man. I think that's even worse. I disagree.
Over, had them get tested, said she was excited for it, and gave them all consent. Yet you think she got R-worded by 100 men? This has to be some elite tier rage bait. At this point, god tier rage bait. Especially since the holidays are coming up, you can see the check next to this person's name. They're trying to maximize the Twitter monetization before Christmas comes up. I understand what you're trying to do. When are people actually gonna hold this woman accountable for her actions rather than blaming everyone and everything around her? Like, the mental gymnastics that some people are playing instead of just blaming this woman is mind-boggling. Overall, I just think it's her fault, you know? But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All that being said, this is gonna wrap up the video. If you guys made this far, I appreciate you. Twitch Cameron WAK, Discord link in the description. Also link to the documentary below if you want to go and watch that. If you guys really enjoyed hearing me.
No, we're not watching that. We're not watching that. I'm good. My opinion is very simple. This is disgusting. This should not even be a thing. And I don't even know what to say anymore. This should not be a thing. This should not happen. Like, at all. This should not happen.